Hey, all welcome to a impromptu video. I kind of thought, hey, I want to do one for Friday the 13th, but I was really busy with work and then a bunch of stuff moved and I have a little bit of space. So I'm not going to do too long of a video. I'm going to try not to do one anyway. But the big reason that this all like unfolded and came here, it like about, ugh, can't speak. Um, it's just that there's the intensity of the energy is like a lot. um, and this is coming in from a variety of sources and things like that. So it felt like a good day to pop on and just remind us that, you know, traditionally, if you want to call it that, whatever, the story we've been fed is that this is a very not good day. It's very suspicious and auspicious and all the things, right? So, what I'm here to just clarify is that, first of all, it's actually a very lucky day, um, and that we need to turn the image around it around. This is the day where you should be tapping in to your magic and your manifestation and really, uh, really making it, like utilizing it. The reason it was called unlucky and it's had this bad sort of connotation put on it was to basically, lie to us so that we didn't think, we don't use this day as a powerful day, but it is a powerful day. So go out there and make magic today, manifest, keep the biggest thing, keep your thoughts positive. We're heading into this eclipse in like less than 5 days. It's already a doozy. We don't have to say, hey, it's gonna be a doozy. It's like it's already here, and I think most of us are already feeling it. Most of the other channelers that I'm watching and stuff like that are reporting particularly physical symptoms. So, and we've had solar flare, just like consistently for like 2 days straight now. Everybody I talk to, client wise and friend wise, having stomach issues, really, really exhausted and tired, having a hard time, so, like tired but wired. So getting hard time getting to sleep. Then when you do, just like completely crashing and just being like out of sorts when you do wake up. So um, all I can say is we just need to ride this out. I'm actually probably going to call this video Rest and Manifest. So if you have that option, take as much time to rest as possible and just ride through these waves and that kind of thing and keep your energy. The manifest part is keep your vibration high. So, just be resting and observing and manifest. Do some dreaming, do some journaling. Just really easy peasy stuff for this weekend as we head into this eclipse because it is already presenting itself as like a big thing. And it's really interesting though because let's count our lucky stars today on the 13th. 13 lucky stars, right? 13 reasons that you're grateful for, whatever you need to do today. But it's like this normally as an eclipse comes in, yes, there's going to be closing of doors, opening of doors as we go in and out of the corridor. We also have the equinox in there. There's something really specific about the equinox this year. So, um, yeah, it's just kind of a buckle up buttercups, but use this weekend to just fortify yourself, and do some manifestation work and some gratitude work and just, you know, let's just ride it out. We're built for this. It doesn't feel like we always are, right? So do the things too, right? Like if your stomach's bugging you, don't eat stuff that irritates you or sets you off. So try to eat clean and light and just, you know, don't don't add any insult to injury. So that kind of thing. I think also the important thing today is just um, yeah, do all the things that help us rest. So breath work, yoga, meditation, just taking it really easy, 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 easy. Yeah. Um, yeah, basically that's what I wanted to pop on to say. We'll do some quick cards here. Um, and yeah, the big thing is if it's getting to you that like what happens on this day is like what we don't want to happen is that there's people out there going, oh, it's 13, I'm lucky, and they're pumping all this energy into it. And so if you're at all empathic, like most of us are, we're picking up on that like sort of low lying negativity. But this eclipse, this equinox, this is all for the greater good. And it's also like amazing. Like by the end of it, we're just going to be like, all right, it's finally here. Like every indication that I'm hearing is that this is the grand solar flare. We are fully in it. The sun is just going to keep popping off these solar flares. The energy is just going to keep coming at us, but it's for our transformation. Um, One thing I did here that's a little tricky, and we just have to, again, allow and let it shift, is this has a lot to do with the ego, our ego. And again, not that it's dying off and that it will no longer exist, but it's like the transformation of that ego so that we're using it to our benefit in the future, not letting it cut us down, belittle us, you know, or the opposite, that we're so full of ourselves, we're missing the point. It's the balancing out of that ego so that we can use it in a constructive manner. Um, that is a big task to shift within us. So just that's why you really need to rest through all of this, is just allow this process to filter through, um, and work on things that are important for the future, like our sovereignty and not being, uh, in fear. Fear is the big one. That is the biggest place we need to stay out of. So again, like this day was specifically designed to amp up and create more fear. And actually, we've just come off of I don't even know if I can say the date because sometimes the AI, um, the September 1/1. That's also a day where we generate a lot of fear, right? We continue, even though we're paying tribute, which is great, but it's still being used to stoke up fear, right? Remember that time. Remember that time. Remember that time you were so in fear. We were. I thought the world was ending. Honestly, I thought that was the one that we were gonna finally be done on. Um, yeah, just see it. Try to see these things for what they are, and they are completely fear control mechanisms. So, but the problem is not necessarily us, it's out there. So all those other people that are still waiting for their alarm to go off, their wake up alarm, um, they're generating this fear and we're picking it up. So it's our job to kind of transmute that. So how do we do that? We go to the light, go be light, be emanating light, do things that are light, rest, ease, transmute, meditate, work with crystals, all the tools we know. Really amp them up during this next 2 week period, right? Just be dedicated to that practice. All right, I want to do one card for the overall. We'll use the Nature Rhythm Oracle, and then yeah, rest and manifest this weekend. That's what I'm going to suggest for you. Oops, there's two. I always hesitate to do two, but gotta do them. They came out. Okay, 11 boundaries. Oh, interesting. 11 and 42 Earth. Okay, let's see. Let's start with the boundaries. This might be energetically because again, like I said, there's a lot of fear being generated out there right now, and it's hard when you're picking that up to not take it on. Okay, I create healthy boundaries with those around me because I love and respect myself. Again, anytime it's amping up, the key and the solution is go within. Go into your heart, sit in that love energy. There's nothing more important than the power of love right now, like at all. And how do you transmute fear? With love, with light. Fear, dark, transmute that. Even if you don't know what you're doing, by just holding the space, you do that. When you respect yourself, you will not tolerate relationships that are disempowering. Take inventory of the closest people in your life and assess whether you need to create healthy boundaries. When you express what you will no longer tolerate, be ready to be challenged. Stand up for yourself. This is the ego part, where it's like healthy ego standing up for us. Sovereignty, 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 sovereignty. This is going to be the key of what's happening in the next 4 weeks. Saying no. Boldly draw a line that communicates self-respect. There you go. This is what we're working on. Okay. What was our other one? Earth. 42. 42, the answer to the universe. Earth. Shocker. Oh, it's the last card in the deck too. Okay. I have not got this card before. I am nurtured and cared for by Mother Earth. Again, other way to get back into the heart and transmute energy, go out into nature. It is our solace. It is our saving grace. It is our palace of wonder, amazement, all the things we need. So let's read this. Mother Earth has absolutely everything we need for our health and well-being. A tree will balance your emotional body by neutralizing worry and anxiety. The rivers, creeks, lakes, and oceans will cleanse and purify your spirit. The soil will infuse your physical body with negative ions that improve the natural function of your immune system, earthing, grounding. This card confirms you need to spend more time in nature. Disconnect to reconnect. That's a big thing too. How do they get to us with fear? It's the social media thing. It's a blessing and a curse, right? Okay, disconnect to reconnect by plugging into Mother Earth. She is a living library of knowledge and wisdom. Okay, well, those were two easy answers. Put your boundaries up. Boundaries are interesting too when we're talking about, it's not just about relationships that we want to put our boundaries around. It is on a spiritual level of what will I accept and what will I no longer accept, right? So a lot of the narratives out there, it's okay, no, that one does not resonate with me. I will not, I do not accept, I will not comply, etc., etc. Boundary drawn, done. I am sovereign. I choose not to participate in that narrative, right? This is all what's coming up in these next couple weeks before we head into is really defining who we are and why we're here. Fun stuff. Okay, we're going to do one of each of these cards. Then we're going to leave it. I don't want to make it too long. Just because I have to go because I do have some work today. But yeah, but also I want it to be long. It takes a long time to upload stuff there. Oops. Okay. There's all right, and then I'm gonna save those yantras for the end because there's 3 of them. So okay, but we'll do 3 of them. We'll see. It's gonna make it longer, but that's fine. All right, we got 2 to begin with. Let's do this one first. The Horse King came up. Assistance and control. This for me is a little bit about that. Again, it's the ego card, but it's the shutting down of the control mechanism. So rather than going into, it's another 42. Had a couple of 42s today, hey? That's interesting. I'll have to look that up. Anyway, control, assistance though. So in getting out of, again, that paradigm of the old way of being controlled, under control, those sort of things, is the assistance piece is let's ask for help, right? And that's in the like-minded community, our guides, all of those systems. So really take those in. Again, can't hesitate or emphasize enough, hesitate enough, interesting, emphasize enough that the connection to nature is really what's going to assist us. Okay, we got the Lady of the Lightning. Surprises, sometimes shock, total paradigm shift. It's just because this is where we are right now. So it's just like they're just like kind of letting us know it is going to be intense. Um, these things never are light and easy, but we are designed, even though we don't know that. And so, like when things happen to us, like physically, like our stomach hurts or our joints hurt, and it's like those things when your body is telling you that stuff, it's like, what do you normally do to solve that? You either, if you're ill, you stay in bed and you rest and you eat. You might not want to eat, but drink lots of fluid, be hydrated, like taking care of ourselves through this, right? So it's not impossible for us to make it through this. It's impossible if we are adding all this stuff that doesn't help us get through it. So do your best this weekend to like really kind of nurture yourself and rest a bit. We also got the gratitude card, expressions of gratitude, add thankfulness to your day. So that's what I said, like at the beginning. 13, even if you just do it now, not for the whole weekend. Um, 13, pick 13 just because it's Friday the 13th and it's fun. 13 things you're grateful for at this stage of the game. Doesn't matter what they are. Could be a flower outside, like, or your garden outside. Mine's my dog, number one, right? So like all of those things. Just it doesn't have to be, you know, it doesn't have to be major. It has to just be those things that get you into that. Because again, the best way for us to manifest is for us to already be grateful for what we already have, right? Okay. Um, then we're still heavy focus on the third eye, like tons. So it would say to me that like this particular, like we've talked about this last week, this particular super moon, it's a super full moon as well on the 18th in Pisces. We'll get into that on that raid, which I'm going to do up this weekend, I think. But it starts the eclipse season, right? And eclipses normally, it's interesting because that the start of an eclipse generally warrants that's the closing of the door. We want to close the door on the old. And then that 2 week period before the next eclipse is like reassessing, cleaning up, getting rid of what we don't have, inviting in the new energy so that we can open the door to the new, right? This one particularly, because the equinox falls right sort of in the middle of it, I really firmly believe the opening of this door is the opening of the door to new earth. And the reason I always think that is because we keep getting cards with heavy emphasis on us working on our intuition. So again, when you're just resting, that's great time to because that's a great time to like be like opening the door to your intuition and just meditating and hearing and seeing and feeling and really opening up and like and taking the messages you're getting in and seeing what that's all about. It's 1:44 on the clock right now. 1:44 coming in. Seeing, perspective, truth, knowledge, clarity. This is also part of what's going on in the outside to facilitate what's happening for us on the inside. The, the truth, disclosure, the perspective of what we think that is out there, all of that is going to be coming to light during this eclipse. That is also the big thing that's going to happen. So again, we just have to be in a good space of like discernment and using our intuition about what is real, not real. Um, but the truth is coming out. And so, I mean, a lot of people are still having a very difficult time with it. We also got the mind. openness, flexibility, imagination, and learning. Yeah, it's a whole new world out there. It's one we haven't seen. It's one we can't even necessarily imagine because it's almost beyond that belief period. So the most important thing is, yeah, just work through these energies, you guys. Um, Best we can do right now. Yeah. Okay. These three. Okay. First up, being awake in the dream. Life. It's like, okay, how do we do this week? We just be. We observe. We're part of it. We see it all happen. We take it all in. We help facilitate the shift. That's the best we can do right now. Yeah. And then where did I go there? Okay, there. I put them on top of other grids and I couldn't see them. Honoring the body, temple. Your your best thing through this, which sucks because I don't know, like these bodies are a little hard trying to get through all this energy, but if we're pumping it full of like toxins and everything, you know how crappy you feel when you do that. So it's gonna this is just a warning that it's going to be worse if we continue to do that. And it's not to frighten or scare or upset anybody. It's just like do your best to honor yourself and your soul and this process by being clean and clear and the best channel you can. I know it's not easiest on this planet. It's quite difficult. But anyway, we can do it. Just try to limit it and don't do crazy. Like I would say the best thing to say is don't do crazy things like really overload yourself, like go out to a big party and drink too much because it's just we need to have our wits about us as much as we can. So and if you do something like that, get yourself into water, get out to the nature as soon as you can. The last one is just surrender, allowing, kind of what I said at the very beginning for this day. We just need to allow this process to happen. The more we fight it or like try not to do it, or it's not even that we're trying to do that, but if we're suppressing it or the way we're eating, drinking, being, then we're just making it harder on ourselves. So just surrender to the process. Know that you're built for this. Allow your body to do its thing. Take a breath. Rest when you can. And really be working on the manifestation piece. Again, like constant positive thought about where we're heading and what we want to see and feel. That's really the sort of best advice I have. And I feel like sometimes, yeah, total broken record, right? That it's always the same thing I'm saying, but it's it's always the same because it's our instruction manual, right? It's like, hey, you could be doing this. You're doing this the hard way. Would you rather do it the easy way? Because we can help with that. All right. I'm gonna leave it there. It was just honestly a quick little read just to kind of catch us up and just also to say like it's like whatever you're going through, not to worry. It like everything is fine. It's going to be fine. Just do the things that you know how to do. Use all your tools. Start getting them ready. And this is also kind of a warm up period, right? It's kind of saying to us, uh, yeah, it's kind of just saying to us, um, this period of time it is going to be a bit bumpy and a bit rough, but we have the power and energy to get through this. So, all right. Okay, first up, I'm reading three more. I don't know why, but I am. Christ consciousness. Stand up. Steadfast vision. Again, we have to hold and keep the vision and the stand up part, right? We, but look at this is all like this is like a peace visual. We're standing up for truth, but we're standing up for love, right? That's that ego piece too. We're not coming at this with like negative ego and being like, I want all this, I want to manifest all this riches and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, we want to manifest peace on earth. Plain and simple. Like, it's time. We got Mother Mary, uh, mothering and nurturing. This is mothering and nurturing the self. Again, I can't say it enough this weekend that we need to be resting and just not pushing ourselves and really just allowing and observing, manifesting, doing the work. It's still the work that we have to do. And last, the Anka, the key to life. This just reminds me of Prince. um, yeah. Oops, sorry about that. The key to life. I don't know. That's just a check mark there. I don't have much to say about it. It's just like this is this is the time we've been waiting for. We've been looking for this answer. What is the key to life? Again, who am I and why am I here? Why are we all here? This is like a also very new dawn, new day energy, right? We're like moments away from getting the keys to the kingdom. So just yeah, hold hold steady to what did that say about uh, 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 steadfast vision? But it's almost like steadfast meaning like hold your ground, and make it through this time, and be in the most positive, loving light you can, because we are on the brink of the big shift. Like we're already in it. It's not that we're not in it, but and it does happen in us in a bit of a progression, which is great because if it happened all at once, we'd probably all not survive that. But this just tells me we're very very close. The key is in front of us. All right, now we're gonna leave it there because I do need to get going. Take care of yourselves. Turn this old narrative of Friday the 13th on its ear. Um, bring in as much magic and positive energy as you can today and tonight. Take care of yourselves and connect with Mother Earth as we go through this miraculous shift together. All right. I love you guys. We'll see you probably Monday for the energy read, and then it'll go uh, eclipse full moon on the 18th, equinox on the 22nd, and then, yeah, I'll probably do separate videos for those because I have a feeling they'll be a bit detailed. All right. Take care of yourselves above everything. And yeah, and go spread some love. It's time. Step into the power of love. It's there for us to use and to utilize and to help out ourselves and others. So go love. Go love. Okay. Take care.